When I saw this news earlier this week, I didn't really think too much about it. Older man gets engaged to a younger girl. There's nothing new about this under the sun, certainly not in Hollywood. But today I have come across some really interesting information that has come out, and I want to briefly discuss this with you if you don't mind. Hi, welcome back to my channel, and I'm gonna get right into it. So Dane Cook, if you don't know who he is, he's an actor, comedian. We haven't really heard much about him in the last few years. At least I haven't, because I've never really followed his career, but I know of him. And when I saw the news that he got engaged to she's 23. I thought she was 25. She's 23. Wow. Okay, so he just got engaged to a 23-year-old, and he's 50 years old. Like I said in the intro, I really didn't think too much of it. It's something that's very common. But today, as I was scrolling through Instagram, I came across an account. I'm gonna show her name right here. And she is exposing some information, and it made me think about a topic that I wanted to discuss. And so let's talk about it today. The thing about older men and younger women, you would think it makes sense for purely reproductive reasons, right? Men tend to hold on to their reproductive abilities way in life, way into I've heard that into their 80s, a man can still, have children. And women tend to be more fertile in their younger years. So it kind of makes sense in theory that older men would be paired up with younger women. The issue with this story that kind of made me think about it a little bit when I first heard about it, it was two things. The wide age gap. Somebody even made a joke on Twitter saying that the age gap is older than her. But also was the fact that they describe her as, and I quote, his longtime love. Long time? She's 23. How long has this man been dating her? That right there, it just made me think, what is going on here? So apparently Dane started dating her when she was very young. And I'm sure the official line is that maybe around 18 is when he started dating her. But I was just thinking, what makes a man, a grown 50-year-old man, be interested in forming a life with a girl who is just barely coming out of childhood? It's just something to think about. And is that healthy? Now, a couple points. I personally, I'm 48 years old. If you don't know, if this is your first time on my channel, hi. And I tend to be attracted to younger men. I like younger men. I like men who are youthful. I don't know. I think of myself as somebody who's very optimistic, somebody who is defiantly hopeful of the future. I tend to believe that life is what you make of it. And I find that people my age or maybe older than me have kind of lost that belief that, you can make life whatever you want. And I just operate in life generally on the principle that things are always looking up. That's just the way I see life. And I find myself identifying with people who tend to think that way about life. And for the most part, they tend to be younger. Now, when I say I'm attracted to younger men, I mean younger as in maybe 10. Yeah, 10 is the cutoff, 10 years younger. But I don't like juvenile men. I don't like men who are irresponsible and silly. And at this point, I went on a long tangent, which I will not be sharing with you, okay? Sorry, thank you. Now, the issue about older men or people who are attracted to people who are significantly younger than them, people in their early 20s, is that at that age, a person hasn't really developed a full personality, a full identity. And why is that? because before the age of 25, your brain is not even finished developing. You don't have a fully developed frontal lobe until the age of 25. The frontal lobe is probably the most important part of your brain because it's the part of your brain that is in charge of making decisions. And when you don't have that part of your brain fully functional, you're not making very good decisions, including and especially who you're going to be dating, who you are going to spend the rest of your life with. This is kind of controversial because a lot of people in the old days used to get married very, very young. My parents got married in their early 20s. Most of your parents probably were married in their early 20s. A lot of people get together when they're very young. Things are changing now with life has changed. People are focusing on their careers, on experiencing life before settling down, getting married and having kids. But in the old days, it was very important for you to, match up with the person you were going to spend your life with very early so that you could get things going, starting a family, etc., etc. And so it's controversial to think about the fact that when you are younger than 25, you're not making the smartest decisions because you're not working with a fully formed brain. And many people will say, well, it worked for them. It worked for the older generations. They got married young, they started forming their families. And, most of the people in those generations, they're still married. So what's the problem? The problem is if you are of the mentality of today, that what is most important for any human being is to be a fully actualized, fully formed person who is living to their fullest happiness. They are experiencing contentment at the highest level because they have achieved all the things that are truly important to them. When you think about it from that point of view, marriage is not really a priority because you don't even know when you're too young if you want to get married. What are the benefits? What's in it for you? What are the benefits of marriage and parenthood? What are you going to gain from that? And these are things that are very important to think about if living a fully expressed, fully actualized life is the most important thing for you. And in the case of Dane Cook's fiance, we don't know what she is going to want in life 5 years from now. She doesn't know. She really doesn't. When I look back at who I was in my early 20s and the kind of guys that I was attracted to back then, the goals I had for myself in life, what are the things that I aspired to at that age, I look back and I don't know her. I don't know who is that girl, because all the metrics that I have just mentioned, all of those have changed for me. And today at 48, my goals in life, things that I consider good for myself, are completely different. The kind of men that I am attracted to today has changed drastically. And I wonder, had I gotten married at that age, I would have, whatever it is that I have chosen, I would have set myself and be like, okay, well, this is what I settled for. This is what I'm going to do. And that's the path that I'm going to take on because this is the decision I made and I'm sticking to it. But would I have been happy? Would I have been happy today? Is that important? There are some people who say happiness is not that important. Duty and responsibility, that's what's important. Okay, if that's how you feel, then okay, that makes sense. But if you're somebody who is of today's mentality, is that going to resonate with you? Another thing, it's one thing if two very young people get married, they grow together, they mature together, and they arrive kind of hopefully at the same places they want to arrive in life. If you get married with the mentality that we are going to stick to this because we decided, we made promises to ourselves, to God, to our family, to our loved ones that we're going to stick to this, then you can make a good life based on that. And you can manufacture your own happiness based on that. However, when we're looking at a dynamic between a much older person and a very, very young, mentally underdeveloped person, we're talking about something completely different. And this is what I was thinking about when I was thinking about Dane Cook and his fiance. And I thought then, maybe she's just a very mature 23-year-old or whenever it is that they got together. But then today I saw Tracie Morrissey. And Tracie Morrissey, she has been dropping some receipts on her Instagram. If you're watching this today is August 4th, please run to her account because she put it on her stories and they're going to be gone in 24 hours. But yeesh, I am telling you, she is dragging him. Why is she dragging him? Because it seems like Dane Cook has a history of surrounding himself with very young girls. Very young girls. And like I said, go follow her account on Instagram where she's dropping all the receipts. This is something completely different. We are talking about a grown man who is only surrounding himself with girls that are very young, that are extremely immature. When you see the ages of some of the girls that were going to his, I guess he was having parties at his house, game nights, and you see all these men who seem to be around his age, and then there are all these young girls going, what is going on? This is not, I'm sorry, but this is not normal. If you're focusing your attention on people that young, that sounds to me like we're venturing into an area of manipulation. We are entering an area where you like to have the upper hand. Why are you only attracted to people who are the most susceptible to peer pressure and being manipulated? It doesn't seem to me like you're looking for a partner. You're looking for a subordinate, and that is a problem. And so what I want to emphasize, I didn't just want to drop this video for gossip and clicks. Maybe a little bit. But I think it's important to depart from these conversations with some kind of lesson, learning something for ourselves. And I think what we can learn from this is ask yourself, what are you looking for in a partner? Are you looking for companionship? Are you looking for someone you can grow and become a better person in life with? Are you looking for ways in which you can provide love for somebody else and receive love? Are you looking for a way in which you can share wonderful experiences with someone that you are going to cherish as the years go by? What are you looking for in a partner? And then ask yourself why. If companionship is your number one reason for partnership, why is that? Why can't you be by yourself with yourself? Explore that. Walk down that path and see, maybe there's something there that I can look into and maybe heal within myself. Are you looking for somebody to grow with? Can you not grow by yourself? Do you have to always have somebody next to you? What is the purpose of companionship? What is the purpose of marriage? What do you seek to gain from your relationships? Are you avoiding relationships? That's another problem. That's something that you need to look into. Whenever we hear stories like these, they're entertaining. I love celebrity gossip. It's something that I find very entertaining. But what can I learn from this? just, something to think about. By the way, before I go, I just wanted to make sure that I mention Dane Cook's fiance's name. Her name is Kelsey Taylor. I don't want her to be just an accessory in this video. Her name is Kelsey Taylor. She is a person. She's a real person. And if everything I just said is wrong, if I misread the situation, I want to say congratulations to both of them. But I just wanted to really add this at the end because I don't want her to just be the unnamed girlfriend, the unnamed fiance. She is, after all, her own person. And so, yeah. So if you're interested in this little story, go follow Tracie Morrissey on Instagram, because she's really bringing the receipts, honey. And it's very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you for watching this video. I just wanted to come here really quickly, and I'm trying to do these impromptu videos and talk more about the things that I come across and see if we can all learn something from it. Don't mind my hair. It's just, it woke up this morning and chose violence, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, if you would like to see me cover more topics like these, please subscribe to my channel. I talk about different topics in pop culture. I talk about Invisalign, my Invisalign journey. I talk about health and, just little things. Whatever comes to my mind, I like to share it with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.